Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the starting defense for the Grand Valley Mustangs. Number 7, junior Sammy Goforth. Number 10, sophomore Mason Kogan.
Welcome in, folks. Act 2 of Week 9 of the high school football season here on Grand Valley Conference.com. Tonight's matchup, the visiting Grand Valley Mustangs coming in at 2-6 on your screen you can see, and the home 4-4 Berkshire Badgers here on CVC TV in beautiful Burton, Ohio, of course. Great Lakes Cheese Stadium, the setting for this Week 9 matchup between two teams in the Valley Division of the Grand Valley Conference. Kyle Cordell on the call tonight with my co-announcer for the evening, Rob Rizicki.
Hey there, how you doing today?
I am fantastic, my friend. Good to have you on board, of course.
Yes.
Subbing for AA Anthony Alfred this week.
A privilege to be here, a privilege to be subbing for AA, absolutely.
You have a big reputation to uphold, though, you know that.
I'll do what I can, Of course,
you may hear Rob, of course, on WTAM 1100. Does a lot of work over there at the fine station, and gracing us with his presence tonight. Good, sir. Glad to have you on board. Hey, a fantastic matchup, too, in the Valley Division tonight for the Chagrin Valley Conference, of course. Let's talk a little bit about Grand Valley coming into this matchup. 2-6 on the season, 0-3 in division play. Been an up-and-down season, literally. Streaks this year. 3-game losing streak to start the year. Then they win 2 straight, and now have dropped the last 3. Of course, the opponent's pretty tough, especially the last 3 games when you're dealing with the Valley Division. Kirtland, Harvey, and Cardinal, all fantastic teams. Grand Valley just trying to find themselves a little bit on offense. Going to be down a key starter tonight, Rob. John Foss-Peters, big part of this offense, not going to be in the lineup due to injury. On the other side, Berkshire trying to compete for a playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Berkshire, where they're going to start and finish is that rushing game. Miles Miller, an absolute beast on the ground, even though he is the quarterback. Threw 13 touchdown passes to go along with 7 touchdowns on the ground. And then the other head of that two-headed monster is going to be Justin Phillips, junior running back. 114 carries on the year, 6.6 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns, and along a 34. It is going to start and end with the rushing game here.
Well, it definitely is. Talk about just both these teams on different wavelengths right now. Berkshire really able to kind of collect themselves after a tough non-conference schedule. Doing some work. Winners of 3 out of the last 4. They're currently ranked right now 9th in Division 5, Region 17. Seems like playoffs are pretty much going to be in Berkshire's future. They've done enough to kind of solidify a top 16 spot in the region. Meanwhile, for Grand Valley, they're currently ranked 24th. They've got some work to do. Got to win these last 2 games. That's the start. But talking to Coach Nims before the game, he really said, hey, you know what? We feel like we still are in this. It's Week 9. Confident about that.
Hey, absolutely, yes. And, yes, they've been outscored 139-6 the last 3 games. But, again, you mentioned is Kirkland, Harvey, and Cardinal, 3 quality teams. They should be able to at least, have a chance to get into some rhythm, run their offense, and see what's going on today.
With that, it is going to be Berkshire that kicks the ball away to Grand Valley to start the first half of action. Here in night 2, of course, last night a fantastic game. Geneva coming up with a big win over Madison on CVC TV. Battle of 7-1s, 12 teams here. Also looking for the playoffs. That ball curtails into the end zone. It means the ball's going to come out to the 20 or 25-yard line. I keep forgetting, honestly, with the new changes with rules at this point.
17 rule changes every year. Yeah, it seems like I wouldn't be surprised if they're starting out on the 40 at this point. But, it looks like they're going to be establishing position here on the 20-yard line.
That's where we'll see this offense led by Sammy Goforth take over. And fantastic junior quarterback, really getting a lot of the reps this time around. His first full season as starter. Last year had some bits and pieces to kind of get some things going, and Sammy's able to take now a second full year running this first-team offense. He's been able to have a good season and needs a big game tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
And Goforth's going to take that snap. Looking, he's going to roll out under pressure on the right side. Goforth's going to take it himself, turn the corner, and get a solid gain of about 5.
Yeah, Goforth's going to be having to do that all day today. The interior line for Berkshire is going to be dominant. They're going to have to move the pocket around. They're going to have to move that offense around a lot today.
Yeah, talk about winning the line of scrimmage. That's one of the keys for both coaches.
Absolutely.
Almost every week when you talk to almost any coach, Rob, it's going to be winning the line of scrimmage, right? But it matters more when you talk about the rushing attack that both these teams can possess.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, especially with Berkshire, just because they're going to run the ball to pass the ball. They need to run the ball for that offense to work. So they need to win that battle of the line of scrimmage.
And Goforth again in that pistol-type formation. He's going to hand right side. Met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Solid tackle there by Berkshire.
Absolutely. Those big monsters up front, they are going to be having something to say about this all day long.
Yeah, solid tackle. Not much of a gain there, I believe. That was Soltis on the carry. Going to see some more of him and a couple of different guys rotating through that running back room tonight, of course, because John Foss-Peters, number 13, for the boys in white, out tonight. So that means Soltis going to get a big chunk of the carries. he's got to perform if they want to get this win.
Absolutely. Got to find some rhythm with this offense.
Speaking of which now, 3rd and about 5 on their own 25. Soltis again up the middle, turning the corner, trying to get inside, and he's going to be close to the first down, but I believe just short.
Yeah, great job on that offense or on the defensive line there for Berkshire. Just not a whole lot that the Mustangs can end up doing here.
Now, so an early decision point here for head coach, again, Clinton Nims. You take the chance for Grand Valley deep in your own territory on your own 29, and it looks like the offense is going to stay out. Now, we have seen Sammy Goforth kick some punts this year, too, so it's possible, but the way he's lined up now, looks like, yeah, Rob, he's going to go for it.
Yeah, showing a lot of confidence in that defense.
And Soltis on the right side. Did he get enough? It's going to be close.
Oh.
And it looks like they're going to give it to him. First down. Soltis needed 1, and he got like 1.5.
Now that's what the Mustangs are going to have to do today is grind it out. I don't see them having a lot of big plays against this Berkshire defense. It's going to have to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, or a cloud of turf, as we are talking here in 2023.
At this point, yeah, with the beautiful new field out here, too, and technically Troy Township. I know we're still in Burton in the area as well, but fantastic new stadium commissioned the past few years here in Berkshire, of course. There's a good product on the field, too, as it's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 30. Here come the Badgers. It's going to be kept by Goforth. He breaks to the right side and gets out of bounds after a minimal gain.
A way to sell that play action right there. I know they're running that RPO. And, yeah, he had a decision to make. Was he going to make that edge himself, or was he going to run it up the gut, and sold it with the play action fake?
Thinking that could have been a possible loss if he handed that ball off.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Turned the corner and able to get a couple yards. And it's been one of the keys for Grand Valley tonight against this tough defense. And Berkshire, too, being able to keep moving forward. You don't want to move backwards because that's when you start losing momentum.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And right now, running between the tackles or the quarterback taking the edge here, that's going to be the way to go.
Goforth again in the pistol, going to roll out to his right. Looking to pass, it's going to be a screen out to the right side and immediately brought down. What a play on the defensive end there. Fantastic stop by Berkshire.
That was, yes, and we're talking about these chunk plays where you start walking back, and that's exactly what we got right here. Taking a little bit of a risk there with that screen pass, did not set up properly, and now we are, looking at now a 3rd and 20.
Oh, loss of 13 on the play. That was Jack Hastings from Berkshire that just read that screen to perfection. Again, just Robert Rogers had nowhere to go in that screenplay for Grand Valley and was brought down for that big loss.
Keep an eye on Hastings all day, too. He's got 50 tackles on the year.
Yeah,
he's going to be all around.
Field. Yeah, strong safety position doing a lot more. Goforth rolling out. He's brought down. Big sack. That's number 4 for Berkshire.
That's a big play there. I don't think they'll be making that same decision to go on 4th down on this one. Looking at a 4th and 28.
We call that a country mile out here, Rob.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a lot. Again, great tackle there by Justin Phillips. See him on the offensive end making plays as a rusher tonight. So far with a big sack, the first of the night for the Berkshire defense. And after letting up a first down, they put the clamps on. This is going to be a Grand Valley punt in the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, really going to help out. Really going to help out Berkshire right now with this field position game, forcing them back even with the first down, punting deep in their own end zone.
And here's Goforth, who's able to just barely get that ball off before it got tipped. It's going to be taken again by Berkshire, still on his feet, getting taken down by number 48 there, Nathaniel Hostetler. That, of course, was number 20, Cameron Beam, the sophomore, got the return. And, hey, no fair catch. He went for it and got a few more yards out of it.
Yeah, great intestinal fortitude there from Beam there. Yeah, eludes a couple of guys real quick, makes a couple of moves, turns something out of nothing. Now the great field position is turning an even better field position right now.
Here we go. Yep, Miles Miller. Rob talked about him in the pregame. Fantastic season. Dual threat quarterback, able to run and throw. Of course, Justin Phillips back there, too, in the backfield with him 3 wide to the left. Phillips going to get that carry up the middle, turning the corner, pushing through, getting a solid gain. Phillips with a good start.
That's a great sign there for Justin Phillips. He does his best work between the tackles. I've heard him described as a dump truck, as a tank. He is going to be running guys over all day if Berkshire has their way.
Good size at the running back position, about 6 foot, 170 to 180 pounds. You don't mind that at all.
No, big boy.
Yeah, again, if the coaching company over there on the Berkshire sideline, got to love it. Again, it's going to be second down, just a handful of yards. They're going to say about 3 to 4.
Yeah, it looks like they don't like the play there. They're changing things up at the line.
That can happen as Phillips going to get the carry on the outside, cuts through and gets down to the 20, and that should be close to a first down.
Yeah. Another one real quick. They're already in field goal range, so we're not really worried about that. But, yes, Justin Phillips moving here with this ball.
Talked about field goals, Rob. We've had 1 field goal so far this year on CVC TV. We had a bunch of extra points.
Okay.
Only 1 field goal attempt to actually go through as it's going to be 1st and 10. They did have enough for the first down, did Phillips, who's started the game. 2 carries, 10 yards. Take that 5-yard per carry average all day. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Coaching staff will, of course. Talk about head coach John DeWeese. Just really excited about this game, of course. Everyone right in front of them, not thinking too far ahead when it comes to games. It's going to be a keeper on the outside, turning the corner. He's got room to run, cutting back inside into the end zone. Touchdown, Berkshire. Miles Miller. The lights are going on and off.
Yeah, we got pandemonium here.
20 yards for the touchdown. Look at the replay here. Miller, again, you mentioned kind of calling audibles at the line, seeing a different look, puts the man in motion, and then able just to take that ball on that right side, turn the corner, and man, he was gone. Miller cuts back, spins through, and backpedals into the end zone.
Yeah, I was going for the corner, but had to change and cut in at the tail end there. Yes, Miles Miller, senior quarterback, playing his last home game ever. Did you not think he was going to have a big night tonight and have something to say about this?
He definitely did. As that was good. The extra point is up, and that one is good as well. The score now 7-0. Berkshire on top of Grand Valley early on in this first quarter. 7:33 to go in the first frame here on CVC TV. Hey, we're talking about the scoreboard. That's a good chance to remind you of tonight's scoreboard sponsor, Independence Business Supply. They're an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. You can visit orderibs.com to learn more about their products and amazing customer service.
That scamper was Miller's 8th rushing touchdown on the year. Had a great day last year against these same Mustangs right now, looking to add on a 300-yard night from last year. So, yes, he's primed and ready to go for a big day today.
Of course, senior night, Rob, you mentioned it too. Last home game for these seniors, at least for now. Still a chance if Berkshire is able to run the table, they could host a playoff game. We'll see what happens with that. They wouldn't mind getting these seniors out there one more time.
A little added motivation, never hurt anybody.
And a little bit of a nice atmosphere, too, as the ball is going to be punted away. Again, by the Badgers. Coming in 4-4, 2-1. In conference play to this point. Not bad.
Not bad at all, and in a very tough Valley division, too.
And with that non-conference schedule, it's been a chore as Roberts is going to take the ball. Rogers, I should say, actually going to turn the quarter up, go down, and unfortunately, yeah, when you fall to the floor, you're down there with that. As that was actually Aiden Baker, number 21, who had the return.
At least he got past the 20. No one's going to yell at him for that now. So you're looking at pretty good field position if you are the Mustangs. They were moving the ball originally okay, on that first down, but it looks like it's going to be a messy offense if they're going to want to push that ball up. It's going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
You got to see what they can do here with this now. As again, Sammy Goforth and company take back over on their own 27-yard line. Down 7-0. Rob mentioned a first down on that first drive. After that, they just went nothing but backwards. Soltis on the right side. He gets next to nothing.
Now that looks like it's actually going to be a couple-yard loss there.
Oh, my goodness. Justin Phillips over there as well, making the tackle for Berkshire. I feel like we're going to be calling Justin's name a lot tonight.
Well, offense and defense, he's going to be all over this field. We've already seen him run the ball pretty effectively. You mentioned about 5 yards of carry already, and now, 3 tackles already going in this young first quarter?
I'll tell you what, he's all over the field making plays left and right. As it is going to be second down and about 11.
And if I'm Berkshire, that's exactly what I want to do. Force these guys back, make them pass, make them one-dimensional. If they do that, the defense should have a pretty easy night.
And Grand Valley does want to run that football, but again, missing a big key in that run game as Goforth does roll out to the right. Looking. Sammy Goforth going to cut back inside, get a positive gain, get spun down. Host of tacklers in there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, they're going to have...
or I should say the Badgers there.
Sammy Goforth is going to have to use his speed for sure. Maybe a few more of these bootlegs, a few more of the moving the pocket around here, because it looks like Berkshire, when we're talking about interior line, they're going to be winning that battle. At least they are right now.
And definitely on a tackle there, too. One of the many, Danny Tiller, a sophomore, and seeing a bunch of different players and different age groups kind of step up for both these teams this year and have to. Some injuries here or there, but Berkshire coming into the game for the most part fairly healthy. So Goforth going to do some play action, going to roll, going to keep it, cutting up the middle. He is going to get brought down. Big hit at the end. What a tackle. Yeah. That's 88. That, of course, being Brady Wadsworth, who got in another sophomore, the linebacker, made the play.
Yeah, there is a bunch of between their offense and defensive linemen, a crew of sophomores that are built and ready to go for interior offensive line play, and we're seeing it right now.
Well, they never like this, Rob. 9 carries tonight, only 8 yards.
No, that is not the direction they want to be going here.
Yeah, for Grand Valley, and of course that minus 13-yard completion means we're in the negative still for Grand Valley. Still trying to find some answers on offense with this Berkshire defense, but have to wait for that as Goforth's going to punt the ball back.
They cannot become one-dimensional like this. The larger this lead gets, the more they're going to have to pass, and the worse that's going to be.
Directional punt, that is going to be fair caught. Some contact after that, but I don't think anything too crazy. Again, that means it's going to be good starting field position after the fair catch from Cameron Bean, and that's where the Badgers will take back over.
Yeah, we're already seeing it happen now in the first 2 drives, forcing them back, getting them back in their own end, and it's making the offense's job a whole lot easier. Miles Miller is good enough. I don't think he needs the added bonus of a what we're talking about, average field position now, basically on the 50, 45-yard line.
It's been fantastic starting the first 2 drives now for Berkshire. Can they start off again solid here on this attempt now? 1st and 10 on their own 43, and just south of midfield. Miller going to be in the shotgun. He's going to have
traffic.
Phillips on his left hip. And a bunch formation to the right. And a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff on the left side, turning the corner. Hastings, he breaks left and gets that first down and a little bit more. A light hit at the end from Mason Kokab, but no penalty called.
Yeah, and we've been talking about the running game all day. Jack Hastings coming off a game a couple of weeks ago, season high 100 yards. He is going to be a factor to deal with, too. And that's what I'm talking about with this running game. To get the running game moving, that passing game is going to become a whole lot easier once they stretch that defense out.
They don't even have to pass the ball if they keep running the way they have so far, Rob. Again, you talk about how the struggle so far from the other side with Grand Valley. It's been, again, just first down after first down from Berkshire so far into this first quarter. And rolling out to the right, looking, throwing. That one is caught. Turning the corner. Inside the 30, down to the 30-yard line. Solid throw there from Miles Miller. Connecting with his intended receiver on that play was Abram Southern.
Yeah, talking about, the play action now, making everything work and making everybody commit to that. You always got to think about where Justin Phillips is at. You always got to think about where Miles Miller's at. And then after that, everybody's job just becomes so much easier.
Number 5.
And it looks like there actually was going to be a penalty on that play. Of course.
Replay, first down.
So they're going to replay the first down spot foul. Looks like maybe just a possible block in the back or something there. So we're going to move the chains back. That one doesn't go.
Does not look like it's going to deter them at all, the way they're moving the ball.
Not very much at all, Rob, as the ball's back on the 49-yard line of Grand Valley. So we'll replay first down. And the flag came in late there. Miles Miller getting the play in from the sideline. Again, every single play has resulted pretty well to this point.
Yeah, not a whole lot of negative action coming out of this.
Not much. That first penalty here in this first quarter. Cutting out the middle, big turn and run. Breaking back side. How about Phillips? Left side, still on his feet. Eventually going to get brought down. And I'll tell you what, big tackle from Aiden Baker there, because if he didn't make that play, looks like Phillips is going to just jog into the end zone.
Yeah, he was ready to go for sure.
Take a look at the replay, Rob. Yeah, you can see just a solid
got a big
run.
power back here. Not afraid of some contact. Really doesn't get much contact till that second level. And then, once he hits the middle linebackers and the safeties, it's off to the races, and all they can do is really just catch him from behind.
A solid big run there from Phillips, who we know is bound to have some big games this season. The ball going to be down all the way on the 7 of Grand Valley. Huge gain, 42 yards. So first and goal. Miller rolling out to the right side. Going to throw. End zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Berkshire.
A little rollout play. Miles Miller makes everyone think he's going to turn the corner like he did just a few minutes ago. That leaves the receiver wide on open. And yes, that's what I'm talking about here. The more you run the ball, the easier it's going to be to make these guys really sell that run. And wide open receiver in the end zone.
Mason Mendolera with the huge touchdown catch. 7 yards for the score. And Berkshire expanding their lead to 13-0 here on CVC TV. And just pending this extra point to try and make it a full 2-score game. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is all the way through. 14-0 to score here on CVC TV. The Badgers on top of the Mustangs. Hey, of course, we want to remind you about the presenting sponsor of CVC TV, Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. What are their specialties? Well, we'll tell you. That includes dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support of the Grand Valley Conference and CVC TV.
Yeah, keep an eye on Mason Mendolera, too, throughout this game. A senior wide receiver, again, kind of in the same situation that Miles Miller is. He's also, too, the ultimate hyphenate on this team. Wide receiver, defensive back, just kick that extra point. He will be all over the place today. Jack of all trades.
And it's fantastic. It was a back shoulder throw into the right corner of the end zone, actually the right front corner of the end zone, and they're trying to get the feet down. That was good in the pros and college, and he picked the sport, essentially.
Yeah, and that's what Mendelore's been doing all season. He's a great possession receiver. He's that dude that they've been counting on in the middle of the field, getting open in the red zone. Just not a bad effort at all.
And he's handling kickoffs, too, as Mendelore's.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, ultimate hyphenate. I think he's going to be selling peanuts at halftime.
Goforth on the other side is doing the same kind of thing for this Grand Valley team as that ball's kicked off, going to drop in at the 25 and be taken. And Baker just trying to get some positive yards, and he does past the 30.
I don't know what Baker was. That kickoff could have gone out of bounds there. He grabbed that right on pretty much the hash mark, right on the sideline there. Could have given himself another 15 yards.
And with that, the placement should be around the 30. I want to say it's the 31-yard line, and that's where Grand Valley's going to have their best starting field position so far of this first half. 4:01 to go, of course, in this first quarter.
Yeah, they got to move that pocket. They got to put Goforth out on some bootlegs here.
Try and get that momentum going. As Goforth is going to roll out. Rob, good call, going to the right side. Looking. Goforth going to stutter step, cut back in, and he's brought down. Big sack by Grand Valley. That's 73 again. Danny Tiller gets inside and knocks down Goforth.
Nobody open down there. Again, they're trying to move the pocket, but if there's no receivers open, that's just exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, big loss there from Grand Valley. They're going to get moved back a solid 6 to 7 yards. Actually going to say about roughly 5 instead, so 5-yard loss.
Tackle for loss for Tiller and a sack already on the day.
Unbelievable. Tiller's having a fantastic first quarter. That's right, we're still in that first quarter, folks, and it's 14-0 to score. Badgers on top and looking to make it statement as the Ohio High School playoffs get closer and closer. 2nd and 15, about 16. Goforth, high snap, he gets it and gets brought down. Just shot the gap. What a play. Phillips inside, almost got the ball too.
And that was all they could do. Yeah, not trying to do anything crazy there. That high snap just comes over there, doubled that with the pass rush. And, man, yeah, there's just not a whole lot of chance for Goforth there.
Phillips found his way untouched into that backfield, and that could have been very, very dangerous with that high snap.
Well, for a defensive back, keep an eye on him. He's got 3 sacks on the year, so he is pretty used to being able to rush the passer in that kind of way.
Talk about it. Yeah, he's usually in the defensive backfield, not up front, but when you've got some guys that can do a little bit of both.
No, probably the most versatile defensive player.
Honestly, he's all over the field. Rob's right. It's now going to be 3rd and long, 2nd, 3rd down and long coming up. Screen pass, it's through the hands and incomplete. Could not be brought in by Grand Valley. That was Connor Sullivan, the senior on the outside, just couldn't bring it in.
Well, they got the concept right. They did what they wanted to do there. They rolled out Goforth out to the left there. Just the running back, you got to be able to catch that ball. That's not a crazy pass to catch, especially when yards are at a premium right now, and that will take it to 4th down. That's an even bigger problem.
A bit of skewed stats, Rob, because of the competition. We've seen Berkshire. They give up about 26 points per game, but it's, again, you talk about the current wins, the different teams they've been facing. It's tough not to have some of those scores get ballooned, but this defense is solid.
Yeah, this defense is definitely doing its job today on every level, rushing the passer and coverage.
And that ball taken and punted by Goforth. It's going to be out of bounds. I want to say somewhere around the 35-yard line. We'll see where it eventually gets walked back.
Not a great punt there.
No, they're going to give him 39 to get him a few more yards out of that.
And still, we're already, we're giving the Badgers a short field again for a 3rd straight drive. We've seen what happened the first 2. Even if they're not going to score any points, the Mustangs got to be able to get on the other side of the 50 and move this field position game around.
Yeah, a couple big plays, big balls on the ground, and of course the throwing touchdown last drive for Miles Miller were key factors in these drives. We'll see how they can do it again. Miller going to take that snap in the shotgun. 2:23 to go in this first frame. Man in motion. Miller going to look. He's going to fake the screen. Throwing long over the middle. Wide open receiver. It's caught. Turning inside. Breaking through a defender and touchdown.
One play, one score. Split the defense, split the safeties going right down the middle. And, yeah, the second he caught the ball, was gone, and there was no one that was going to stop him.
Jack Hastings split the middle of the field and gets in for 6. A huge 39-yard touchdown pass right down the center of the field. And Berkshire now has a 3-score lead, just like that in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, we're not even out of this first quarter yet, and the Mustangs are already going to be playing catch-up ball. This is not a good position for their offense to be in, forcing themselves now to be one-dimensional. No. Any prayer of a run game right now, at least, they're going to have to earn it back.
The extra point is up. It's a line drive, and that one sneaks its way through just above the crossbar.
We're not giving style points here. That's fine.
We'll take it. Point's a point, definitely. As it's now 21-0 to score. Badgers on top of the Mustangs here on CVC TV. Not a bad day for Miles Miller to this point, huh? 2 technical pass attempts, 2 touchdowns, 1 rush, 1 touchdown.
That's not bad. That's efficient. That's efficient. I mean, he's going to have to do a lot to up his 6 touchdowns from this matchup last year. But we're already talking 1 quarter, and we're 3 in.
He's halfway there.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, it's been all Berkshire in the offensive end so far. I piggyback on that, obviously, great starting field position because the defense has been able to set up the offense for the Badgers.
Yeah, they're getting into some rhythm right now. They're actually being able to play complementary football. The Badgers right now, they're being able to run a balanced offense because that defense is basically just letting them do whatever they want right now. It's an open canvas. There's not a whole lot of pressure. Miles Miller is throwing it with just completely free and clear right now.
Doesn't hurt when the team has 4 sacks in the first quarter on the defensive end, too. Yeah, that definitely adds up. It's Berkshire, again, flexing their muscles. Talk about who their opponent would be. If the playoffs started today, they'd actually be at Sandy Valley. Friends down in Stark County. They'd be down a little bit further south. The Cardinals down there, pretty good matchup, known to be a high-flying type team, throw the ball all over the field. A couple different players come out of there and play some D1 football as well, so that'd be a fun matchup.
Nice. That will definitely give the Mustangs everything they can handle.
And that ball off the face mask of Chase McDonald. He's able to recover. Plenty of time cutting back upfield, and he's met by a slew of tacklers, and he's going to get brought down. Nowhere to go. McDonald just could not break free. Abram Southern there on the tackle.
Another unforced error there. Ball off the face mask. When you're worried about every yard and when you're trying to get as far out of your zone as possible, that's not the best thing because the Mustangs, they're pushing you back as it is. You got to keep an eye if you're that Badger offense.
And Southern, of course, playing a little angry. He had that 17-yard catch.
Taken away.
2 previous drives taken away, so now definitely showing up on the special teams there, too. And here comes Grand Valley, going to start up on their own 13-yard line. Believe it or not, this is actually not the worst they've been to this point. They've been a little bit further back on one of the previous drives. A little bit of a frustration there. Yeah, it looks like Hastings was in there as well as Justin Phillips, both getting drawn offside. So 5 extra yards and the first penalty of this first half for this Berkshire defense.
A little overzealous there with the snap count. And they're playing with their ears back. I get that. You're going to get some pre-snap penalties like this. I guess when you're up 21-0. You can just kind of laugh it off, but you got to stay disciplined. You got to keep that defensive line ready to go here.
If we want to stay sharp, of course, as they get ready for the rest of the season, the rest of this game. Still very early on. We've seen a lot of things happen in high school football here in the great state of Ohio. Things can definitely change in an instant. And it's going to be a fake. Goforth going to roll out to his right. He's going to feel some pressure. Throwing the ball down the field. He's got a man. It is incomplete. Carter Reiser was on the outside and couldn't bring it in. Actually, no, that was the number 19. And that was actually Nick Krieg who couldn't bring it in.
I like what they did there, even though they didn't get the result they wanted. They moved the pocket. They are now attacking some of these defensive backs. Clearly, this first quarter, they have not been able to win the battle at the line of scrimmage. Maybe at this point in time, keep throwing, keep trying deep, and maybe if you can get a busted coverage or split some safeties, you might have something here.
Yeah, Krieg, of course, the junior tight end, 6'3", 180. Don't mind that size, the tight end position. And had the ball there, just couldn't bring it in. Good job by Goforth to extend the play and try to make something of it. 2nd and 5. It looks like more of the secondary going to be in on the blitz. Phillips cutting inside. He's still chasing down Goforth. Throwing Goforth to the outside. Caught! It was brought down. What a play by Robert Rogers.
He threw that into some traffic. There were at least 3 Mustangs there on the field. Put the ball in the only spot his receiver could catch it. And, yes, we're moving the sticks now.
Solid play there by Rogers. He'll move the chains. After that first completion that went for -13, we'll take that.
Absolutely. And even, this is their first down really since the opening kickoff now, since that first drive they've had. They need to get some momentum here or this, we're 21-0 in this first quarter. This could become a very long day for the Mustangs.
They definitely want to try and, as Rob mentioned, build that momentum. Again, a solid gain of about 11 or so yards on that previous play.
At least taking some of this ball, taking some of this time of possession and keeping this Mustang offense off the field might be a good thing too.
Yeah, you got to try and be a good team on offense and take some clock off to give your defense a bit of a breather. Soltis, hand up the middle. He'll get maybe a yard or 2 if that. Host of tacklers in there. Some usual suspects too, including Jack Hastings in on the play.
Yeah, it seems like, everywhere the ball's at, he is at right now. Senior, again, having his last regular season conference home game here wanting to make his mark going for sure.
Definitely. It's going to be 2nd and long on their own 31-yard line. Grand Valley, though, starting to piece together a few plays. The penalty helped as well, moving a little bit to the north side. We'll see what they can do.
That's what you talk about with those penalties. All of a sudden, something that you might not even think about, a 5-yard penalty turns into a little bit of momentum. And, yes, we're getting now a sustained drive here from the Mustangs.
Recently checked in was Jerry Schultz, a senior 6'4", 180-pound receiver. He's at the bottom of your screen, and the pink socks can't miss him. Hand off to Soltis up the middle again. He gets a few more yards, going to set up a 3rd and still some distance to go here.
Yeah, looking at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Yeah, they're kind of in this territory that they got to throw the ball down the field. I know they had the first time they attempted this drive, it didn't wind up in a catch, but it looks like anyway, if they get time, they can actually get that ball down there, and there's some receivers who are open. So.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Robert Rogers be one of those guys that Goforth feels confident in getting the ball to. Let's see if he's a target again. He's at the top of your screen now, number 11, on this 3rd down and about 6 on their own 34-yard line. Goforth again in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff. He's under pressure and gets the ball away, overthrown and incomplete. That was a close call, looking for Rogers on the outside, and tell you what, Phillips almost got that sack again.
Yeah, great work on that entire defensive line. If it wasn't Phillips, it was going to be somebody else. Completely just bum rushed that offensive line, and whatever the Mustangs wanted to do at that point in time, that was just not going to happen.
So Beanbat to return another punt here, and Goforth will be the one punting it away.
Again, another punt deep in their own zone here.
Been able not to have any turnovers at this point, but just haven't been able to get anything going on the offensive end for a long, sustained drive.
No, just what, 2 first downs? Oh, we got a fake.
Goforth going to fake it. That's the beauty of having your quarterback. He's going to get through and get a first down. He's still going past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Sammy Goforth, first down.
Hey, they absolutely found some momentum there. We thought they were just going to give the ball away again. It was going to be a lot of the same with that Badger offense coming up for possibly a 4th score. You get that fake in there. That is just what you need to get some energy in that sideline, get some energy in that offense.
Almost an accident, Rob, too. It was a low snap. Couldn't get that kickoff because of the pressure on the return defense there. And Goforth turns the left side and gets the first down. So that's how we end the first quarter here. Again, in beautiful, again, talk about Burton, Ohio. They scored 21-0 again. Berkshire on top of Grand Valley here on GrandValleyConference.com. Again, all Berkshire in that first quarter, but now Grand Valley showing some life as we move into the second frame.
Yes, absolutely. And this is the kind of drive they're going to need. It's going to work twofold for them. It's going to give this defense a little bit of a time to catch a breather, to reorganize, and then also to plod that ball down the field 4 or 5 yards at a shot. Best thing you can do for that Badger offense is to keep them off the field. So. Yes, getting a little momentum here. Starts out with a little bit of a penalty, and then all of a sudden, a little trickeration here on special teams. And, it looks like we have a situation on our hands now.
Honoring some of the other seniors that were getting that honor tonight. Yeah, different sports teams, too, getting some honors for their fantastic outings. Of course, Berkshire is a successful school. A lot of different successful programs all across the landscape.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter what sport you're in. We're talking football right now for sure, but don't underestimate the feeling of knowing that this is going to be your last go-around, at least in the regular season. This is your last, conference game here. Every one of these seniors is going to want to make a memory that they're never going to forget.
No, definitely. And speaking of memories, it'd be a big one if Grand Valley could find their footing here as Goforth rolls out to the right again, looking to pass, throwing. He's got a receiver tipped, and it's intercepted. Oh. What a play, and brought down. How about that play right there? 84, Paul Brent, the junior. Watch this, Rob. Rolling out to the right, Goforth had a receiver.
Yes, he had a man wide open there.
Oh, off the hands of Rogers, into the hands, again, of Paul Brent.
That pass was there, too. That's a catch you have to make. That's twofold now. This entire drive that was getting a little bit of momentum now completely quashed. And, yes, that defense is back out there, and you're now looking at that 21 lead, just trying to keep it there.
There's some momentum on that drive, and Rogers was open, just could not bring in that pass. So now that means that Miles Miller and company going to start on their own 36-yard line, up 21-0.
Opportunistic defense, 21-0. You still want those turnovers.
That's why it's a tip drill. You always want that ball up in the air because you know someone can make a play. And Miller going to hand off on the inside, busting through, big run. Here we go again. It's Phillips. He breaks right, still on his feet to the 30. Phillips going to get pushed out of bounds at around the 20-yard line.
At that, I thought he was down maybe about a yard past the line of scrimmage, just a whole lot of humanity there. Ends up making a move, does not get tackled, finds a little bit of a running lane, and then obviously we see what happens right after that, and we're looking at now yet another first down for the Mustangs in opposition territory.
Not bad so far on the ground for Justin Phillips. 4 carries, 97 yards.
Okay, that'll do. That'll do.
In that first half, he'll take that. Hey, by the way,
24 yards a carry. Not bad.
11:41 to go in this first half, too, as Phillips having a fantastic day on offense. Don't forget about defense, too. He's been all over the field. Sack, couple forces, a couple QB pressures, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Between Miller and Phillips and Hastings, it seems like the Mustangs here kind of have the same 3 faces on both sides of the ball.
Another big carry there by Phillips, who gets inside. Another solid gain, about 6 or 7 yards.
Now that's the joy of having a power back. We saw it happen the last play. We thought he was down. Ends up making a move, puts a couple guys on their butt, and then we see what happens now with this one.
With that carry, Phillips officially goes over 100 yards for the night on just 5 carries. That will take 20 yards per carry.
Yeah, well, his average is slightly down. I get it. I'm sure he'll improve upon it.
He's still got time. Exactly right. His man in motion tip. The ball is actually going to be handed off, and this time Phillips met on the defensive line. And that was big number 79 for Grand Valley, Mark Hall, who made the play. Making his return, he was out injured. Back in the lineup, big play there.
A little bit of a high snap there for the Mustangs. I wonder if that messed up the timing on that rush play. Normally, we see Phillips have a little bit more momentum hitting the line.
All right, so here we go. 3rd down and 3 on the 12-yard line of Grand Valley. Can Berkshire continue their dominance and try and get another ball into the end zone? Probably have to convert here if they want to try. And Miller in the shotgun.
And they do have the whole playbook at least.
Yeah. Maybe 4-down territory, too, at this point because you're so deep. And Miller going to roll, looking at a throw. Back shoulder, end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Berkshire.
Gets behind the receiver in the corner of the end zone. Just throws the ball up again in a spot that only his receiver is going to grab the ball. That was either going to be out of bounds or a touchdown. Great play call, great execution there for the Mustangs.
No, why not? Give it to number 5, Jack Hastings. His 2nd touchdown catch of the game. We had the big one over the middle of the field in that first quarter. Now he adds another. And the score balloons 27-0. Badgers on top of the Mustangs.
6th touchdown on the year for Hastings. As you said, 2nd today. Yes, this passing game is moving now.
Oh, my goodness. What a night. We'll talk about the night that Miles Miller has had at this point. As the extra point is up, low line drive, and it is no good. Swings out low to the left, and that means the score is going to stick at 27-0. Badgers on top of the Mustangs here on CVC TV. Real quick, also want to talk to you about our presenting sponsor for the program tonight, of course, Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. That's Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Joe Weber. Their specialties, of course, including dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. Hey, for all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website, that being www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you, of course, for your support of the Grand Valley Conference and CVC TV.
But, yeah, that's the thing with having multiple game breakers on offense. You got to pick your poison. If you're going to keep an eye on Miller, it could be Phillips. If you're going to look at Phillips, it could be Hastings. And then even then, you got Mendelera there on the other side of the receiving. So
we talked about this. Technically, 4 plays from the quarterback in Miles Miller tonight. He's 3 for 3 for 58 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. He's had 1 rush for 20 yards and a score.
4 touches, 4 touchdowns. I don't know if you can do any better than that.
Is there such thing as a perfect QB rating? You're about to see it. He's somewhere in the 200s right now, I think, at that point, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. And, we talked a little bit before about these self-inflicted errors that have had a chance to, mess with the Mustangs here and what they wanted to do. We're not seeing any of that tonight. We're seeing very good ball security. We're seeing very good time of possession. I'm sure this field position is helping them out, too. So.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt for the Badgers. They've been able to make some big plays as well to kind of lengthen the field when they've had some field position back further. That one's going to be taken, and here we go. Rodgers cutting the left side, back through the middle, knifes his way to the 35-yard line. And yeah, last time Grand Valley, Rod, they had a drive going, a couple of completions. They're moving the ball down the field. Rodgers had that opportunity to make that catch, just couldn't bring it in. Tip ball, first turnover officially of the game, and resulted in 6 more points for the Badgers.
Yeah, that momentum got snuffed out, but at least right now, the bright side is that they're looking at by far the best starting field position they have had for any drive in this first half.
Yeah, 36-yard line is where they'll begin play. Go forth again in the shotgun, almost a pistol formation. He's going to hand Soltis on the right side. He gets a solid game, big hit. Again, that was Miles Miller. Hey, why not have a game on defense,
Starting quarterback putting the shoulder down. Okay, there you go.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's got 4 touchdowns on 4 touches, and he didn't care. He still wanted to lay the boom down, but still a solid game from Soltis, his longest run of this first half, game of about 7.
No, yeah, and you got to give more credit to this Mustangs defense, too. I mean, Obviously, we saw the last drive. The Badgers defense, the Mustangs. They're getting a little momentum. It was the Badger defense that snuffed that out, and it looks like they're trying to do that again. And big hits like that can help out.
Sets the physical tone, of course, for that defense. As now it is second and short. Again, Grand Valley's been able to put together some decent plays here recently. Go forth again, going to roll out to the right, cut back inside, looking, throwing, sidearm. That one's incomplete. Again through the hands of Rogers, and that was a scary moment for that sideline of Grand Valley.
Yeah, a couple of costly drops there. I don't know if he wanted to get the ball out that soon. The Mustangs or the Badgers had an amazing pass rush in there, bringing in a couple of defensive backs. Again, that messes up the timing of the play, but the receiver still has to come down with that ball.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 3 on their own 43-yard line. Again, manageable.
3rd and manageable, yeah.
And again, you're kind of at the point, too, when you're the Mustangs, where you imagine, especially this part of the field, you're probably going to be in 4-down territory if you decide to run here. It's not the end of the world if you don't get it, but still want to try and move forward.
No, that'll make the play call for this one a little easier at least.
Soltis going to put his shoulder down, and his knee got down a little early, but he looks like he has just enough for the first down. Yeah. He's going to get that. Needed 3, get about 3.5.
Yeah, it looks like that happened right in front of us here in the press box. Yes, referee is signaling first down. Trying to get this momentum going here. I don't know if they want to keep trying to throw the ball with the slew of drops they've had, but again, 27 points down. You got to cut into this lead somehow.
It definitely matters, as it's going to be first down on the 47-yard line. And like I said, past couple of drives, been able to piece a few good plays together. Can they keep it going for a longevity all the way into Berkshire territory? Hand up, Soltis.
Okay.
Actually, no, that was Connor Sullivan, I believe. Nope, it was Soltis. We've seen Sullivan kind of rotate in through with the absence of Foss Peters tonight, and Soltis still taking the brunt of the work.
Running back by committee here, 4-yard carry gives them a nice spot to be at 2nd and 6 on 2nd down here. Again, they got to keep this momentum going. We talked about these chunk plays going backwards. They cannot be doing that. That is just as bad as a turnover right now.
Yep, so 2nd and about 7 or so. Right at midfield. Play going to be blown dead. And
got some questions.
Maybe a lineup error there. Is substitution at the top of the screen. That's going to be Aiden Baker. He's going to pop in for Jerry Schultz. Maybe you got to fix those pink socks.
Oh, yeah, got to see what's going on there.
Stands out like a sore thumb, by the way. You can see
I think that's probably why he does it at that point. You can see that thing from space.
Definitely. Soltis cuts back up the middle. Solid run over midfield, and it's down after a big gain, and I believe it should be near, if not close to, a first down.
Yeah, they're looking at either first down, 3rd and short here. That's what they got to keep doing, just push this thing up the middle of the field. Again, we're not awarding style points right now. Just get the ball in the end zone, and it seems to be that just going up the middle of the field for the Mustangs right now is the easiest course of action.
And of course, October, breast cancer awareness month too. So that's why you're seeing some of that those pink socks out there. So it makes sense.
Nobody in the NFL did it. I kind of forgot about that.
Get Austin Miller out there too, also wearing those pink socks. Handoff again to Soltis. He tried to put his head down. It looks like he's going to be short, Mr. Rizicki. That's going to be 4th and about a yard or so.
Yeah, that defensive line there for the Badgers, they definitely established their presence there. Again, letting the Mustangs get a little bit of momentum, but once you start getting midfield, it looks like everybody gets a little serious. But
yeah, now it's going to be, imagine, 4-down territory, and it's do or die time.
Especially 4th and short, yeah.
Yeah, for the Mustangs, down 27-0 too. You kind of have nothing to lose at this point. Why not go for it and see if you can keep this drive alive and keep that defense off the field for a while longer?
No, especially too when you've had some success getting it up the middle.
Yep, so we're going to see go forth again in that pistol formation. Soltis behind him. And Goforth's going to throw a quick out route pass. It's up and it's incomplete. Just could not get it to his receiver. That was Baker, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Had Baker open out there, just did not. It was not a good pass there. Actually, we can blame the receivers for a couple of these drops beforehand, but that was a couple feet over his head. It was going to be a highlight reel catch if he had to make it. I don't know though if you wanted to. He had the receiver though, but a pass play on 4th down with the way that they have been not moving the ball through the air.
They're able to get a few first downs on the ground, too. We saw Soltis able to turn some heads there on a few of those carries. Of course, got stuff to play before, but still you'd think with the ground game you have, you give it a shot. But nevertheless, that means great starting field position for the Badgers offense again, this time on their own 44 with about 7 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, that's where the Badger defense has really helped out this offense. This might be the furthest back that they've been in the last couple of drives here, field position-wise.
See what else Miles Miller has in store tonight. Already 4 touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 on the ground. Handoff Phillips up the middle. Man, just bowling his way through for a gain of 8 over midfield.
Big power back going up the middle like that, just right through the tackles, bowling guys over. That's exactly what you want out of this power back. And again, you're creating a pretty good balance right now. Running it up the middle like this, the play action's there. You can spread the defense out a little bit as long as they're playing the run like this. A very good offensive game plan there for the Badgers.
Number 6, Mason Kokab, the sophomore on the tackle for Grand Valley, who sits up second and short on the other side of midfield for the Badgers. Going to be Miller keeping it himself, brought down. Solid tackle right there by Connor Sullivan. And I think he's going to be short, maybe by about a half a yard.
And if my math is correct, that is the first time that Miles Miller has touched the ball today that didn't result in a touchdown.
Oh, how dare he?
6 touches, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, no, we're not doing too bad right now.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be 3rd down and short. He is human, folks. It does check out. 3rd and, short 1 yard. Miller again going to line up in that pseudo pistol shotgun formation. And inside Phillips putting his head down. He's going to get that first down to the 40-yard line. Needed like half a yard, got about 6.
I think we all knew how that was going to happen. 3rd and short, you got one of the better power backs in the conference. That's what you do.
8 carries, 118 yards unofficially on the night so far for number 4, Justin Phillips, who's been able to kind of have his way out there. Big gains, short yardage, first down conversions. He's been all over the field.
Absolutely, those big gash plays, yes. Or if we're looking at a situation like we just were, where you just need a couple of yards, he has been answering the bell every time that they have asked him to.
Trips wide to the right now for Miles Miller and company, looking to add to this 27-0 lead. 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. He's got Phillips on his left hip, and there's going to be a flag that comes in.
Do we have movement up on the line?
Looks like it should be a false start on the offense. So let's move him back 5 yards, and we'll retry.
Again, the way the Badgers have been moving the ball today, I don't think a 5-yard walk back is going to be much of a hindrance here.
So we'll recap and get another first down play here. This time, 1st and 15 on the Mustang 44.5-yard line. Now bunching the formation out wide to the right. And there's Miller. He's going to run it to the right side. He's got blockers. Miller turning up the left side and then getting back inside the 35 down to near the 30-yard line, near that first down marker.
Made up that last penalty there. You got 2nd and short. Again, you got options here with the offense, a balanced attack. This playbook, he's opening it up right now. They can run anything they want.
And Miller actually went out a few yards short of that first down marker, as Rob said, so it's going to be 2nd and about 4. Give him 11 yards on that last carry. Miles Miller, 32 yards on the ground, 58 through the air, and 4 total touchdowns in this first half. He's accounted for all the points on the Badgers scoreboard, looking to do more of the same.
Well, he's pretty used to that. Last year when these two teams played, 49-36, he was responsible for 6 of the 7 touchdowns.
And Bean going to get that carry on a bit of a fake, and it's going to be a first down and more. And actually, no, that was number 88 there, Brady Wadsworth, who got the carry.
Well, the way Phillips has been running the ball, we're nearing halftime. We're talking about a 27-point lead. This might turn into a little bit of a running back by committee there for the Badgers to keep everybody healthy anyway going into this playoff run.
And again, quick call to action here. Checking the line of scrimmages, Miller, who's had a fantastic first half. Looking to get his Badgers in the end zone one more time before it's all said and done.
Yeah, and them running this high-tempo offense has worked out very, very well, too.
Miller in that pistol, going to take the snap. He's going to heap it himself, cutting to the right side. Miller turns the corner. He has got a first down and more. He's going to cut out of bounds after making plenty of white jerseys miss. In and around the 10-yard line, they're going to say he's out at about the 8s.
Another RPO there, had a chance to hand it off to Justin Phillips. Saw that middle of the line was just completely clogged up. Ends up taking it himself, finds the edge, and now you're looking at another 1st and goal here for the Badgers.
On the Mustang 8-yard line, again, it's been a fantastic evening for Miles Miller. He's got 48 yards on the ground, 58 through the air. You mentioned dual threat. That's pretty much the perfect example of which.
Absolute perfect guy to run an RPO.
See if they do that again on 1st and goal. And nope, this is going to be a hand to Phillips this time, cutting up the middle, and he's going to get brought down at about the 2 to 3 yard line. Solid run by Phillips on 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's why the Mustang defense is having a tough time for sure. I mean, anytime you start worried about Miles Miller, the dual threat through the air, on the ground, and anytime you think you got that figured out, all of a sudden then he throws it to Justin Phillips or hands it to Justin Phillips, and he's going to knock 6 guys over on a 10-yard carry.
Phillips yet to get into the end zone tonight, believe it or not. We've seen Jack Hastings catch a couple of touchdowns. Of course, we've seen Miles Miller run one in himself as well. And A touchdown pass to number 24, Mason Mendolera, but
perfect situation for it, though.
And it's going to be Miller who keeps it, turns the corner, and gets in for the score. There's that RPO Rob was talking about. 6 more for Miles Miller, his second rushing touchdown of the night, 5th overall. And the Badgers improved their lead to 33-0 over the Mustangs.
5 touchdowns scored, 5 touchdowns from Miles Miller. That's really, what else can you say on that one? Obviously having a big day on this senior night. Again, looks for that RPO, sees it's not there, just makes that little run over the corner there, and he's had that edge all night.
Mason Mendolera going to line up the extra point. Last couple have been low line drives, made one, missed one. And a late substitution in as well.
We'll see if the end zone change has anything to do with it. The other 2 extra points he's kicked the other way.
Snap good, hold down, kick is up. That one's high arcing, and that's going to be short. Doesn't get through, try to put some extra height on it, and actually just didn't get all the foot on it. So score going to remain 33-0. The Badgers on top of the Mustangs here on CVC TV. And again, Rob, we've mentioned it. Every time Grand Valley's had a little bit of momentum on the offensive side, they just have not been able to convert.
Yes.
Whether it was a turnover, and the last time a turnover on downs, resulting in some solid field position for Berkshire, who's taken advantage of every opportunity they've been given tonight.
Absolutely. It seems like they get in between the 40s against this Badger defense, and then everything gets a little more serious on that sideline. And, yeah, you got guys like Jack Hastings, Justin Phillips are running around, dual threats. We're talking about dual threats on offense. These guys are playing both sides of the ball, and they're doing it very, very well right now.
And the thing is, Sammy Goforth, starting quarterback for Grand Valley, he's 2 for 8 on the night with -2 yards and an interception. But the thing is, we've seen a couple different drops.
A couple different, and the interception was a tip. So,
yeah.
I mean, yes, Goforth, he hasn't been 100% accurate all night, but yes, he has not been playing as bad as that stat line indicates.
Yeah, he's been able to make some plays out there with his feet, too. A couple first downs on the ground, but again, just not able to sustain a long drive to really put some pressure on that Badger defense. And that's why, again, the offense has been able to feast on some fantastic field position so far tonight. Talk about it being Friday the 13th. Not very unlucky at all for the Badgers.
No.
They're feeling very lucky right now. As that kick is off and be taken in by Grand Valley. Turning the corner, yep, that is Baker trying to make something here on this kick return. He's going to get brought down. A host of tacklers in there, including number 59. Again, that being Anthony Walker, the freshman, on some special teams duty with the big stop.
Now, freshman getting into some play here. You got to worry about next year. I know that offensive line, they're stout and ready to go for next year. They got 5 sophomores up there, adding a little bit more of a youth movement here. But, yeah, the returner there, I understand trying to make something out of nothing right now. It's impossible to score a 10-point play right now, but that's what you're trying to do, it seems like.
And the offense is trying to get some points before the half. They got 3 minutes and 20 seconds to drive down the field from their own 36. Goforth going to keep the ball, looking, throwing. He's got a receiver. It's up, and it's tipped and incomplete. Could not get brought in by, that was Connor Sullivan, who, again, back shoulder throw, got hit. But still, you think he could have made that play.
Yeah,
just could not bring it in.
Had the chance to put his hands on it, did hit him in that left shoulder pad. And that's why this offense has been staggering here. They get a little progress on the ground, and anytime that they go to that pass, either it's an errant throw or it's off the receiver's hands, they got to be able to get some of those chunk plays through the air.
And get great coverage there by Abram Southern, who was in on that hit to kind of knock the ball loose too. But again, just in and out of the hands of Sullivan. That's been the story of this first half. Some decent pass attempts, but nothing really to get much out of it because of the drops. Handoff Soltis up the middle, turns the corner and gets inside back through the tackles for a solid gain of about 7.
All right, 3rd and manageable there for the Mustangs. I would be kind of curious to see what this next play call is going to be with the trouble they've had through the air, or if they just want to see if they can go with their bread and butter and run it right up the gut.
And again, talk about, I'll mention it a bunch of times too, John Foss-Peters not in this game. He's able to catch the ball out of the backfield too and make some plays. Can be a sure-handed guy. They can even line him up at tight end. We saw a few times in week 1 against Conneaut. He has that ability to be kind of all over the field, too. Miss him tremendously tonight, the junior.
Taking away your biggest weapon, yeah.
One of the best. It's going to be 3rd and short. Goforth trying to find a way to go forth and get this first down. Soltis again, the carry spins through and almost got through, but it's going to be about a yard short.
Now it's sitting here midfield, looking at a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 in that area here. Actually, it looks like it's going to be spotted closer to 4th and...
Yeah, long yard.
Yeah, long yard here. I'm kind of curious to see what this play call is going to be. The last time they went for it on 4th down, Obviously, the receiver was there, just couldn't convert. Do you want to just think about the shortest point between the shortest line between 2 points is a straight line? So
I had a joke about the longest yard, but I'm gonna hold off on that.
Believe me, we got another half.
No,
so.
we do. As the handoff goes to Soltis again, he breaks through and he's stopped.
Oh.
What a hit on the inside. Who else in on that play? Number 8, Miles Miller delivering the boom, and again, that is not going to get through.
Yeah, Miles Miller gets the credit for the tackle for a loss on that play, but look at what that defensive line did. The push they got coming right off that snap count. Nobody stood a chance on the Mustang side of the ball.
So that should. What's there? Almost marking. I think they gave him a first down.
They might have.
Wow, they gave him the first. Must have got the ball barely across, so we thought for sure that was short. It looked like he was tackled maybe 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but I guess extending the ball through. And
then,
wow.
Hey, nice work there, because the penetration Berkshire got was significant there. That was an amazing effort from that line.
So Soltis going to get credited for the first down, and offense stays on the field. Goforth under pressure. He cuts back inside. Goforth evading, looking. He's going to run out of bounds and maybe get a yard, but a great job by Sammy Goforth because he should have been sacked for about a 6 or 7 yard loss.
Should have been sacked and had a couple of opportunities to throw the ball down the field when he did not have a receiver. Seeing a young quarterback actually being able to put it down and just get out of bounds and live to fight another day, that's a good sign there for the Mustangs, despite the fact we see the score in front of us right now.
Yeah, just trying to get past midfield again and build some more momentum going into the half. They got a minute and 16 seconds to see at the bottom of your screen to try and get into that end zone for the first time in this ball game. It's been all Badgers so far. And again, we've seen Goforth, again, 9 pass attempts. He's had some balls down the field that should have been completed. Just, again, for some reason, receiver's not able to get that in.
Law of large numbers says that one of those is going to happen. And they're going to convert one of those. And now would be a great time because they don't have time to run it up the gut 15 times.
Of course, as they say, that Soltis does get that carry and keeps on his feet and gets right near that first down marker. Again, that play will stop if he did get the first down. The clock will, and he will. They're going to mark that as a first down. Gain of about 9.
Found the edge there, not really relying on going directly over the center here. Yeah, you see the handoff. Bounces out. Gets a little contact in the middle there, but bounces out, finds the edge.
He took Abram Southern on a bit of a ride there for that first down. And Southern tried to drag him down about 4 yards short, but the power there from Soltis is able to keep churning through. So, again, a first down. Goforth looking, going to throw a ball. It's going to be a jump one up in the air, and it's short and incomplete. He's looking for the receiver there. That was Jerry Schultz. Hey, if you're going to go for a deep ball, why not give it to your 6'4" receiver, but just a little bit shortly underthrown, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. But, yeah, what you want to do with that is you want to get the ball up in the air and behind your tall receiver there. You want to make it, again, we've seen it happen on the other side with the Badgers, put it in a spot above the defensive backs, make it so that he can only catch the ball and nobody else. We saw it happen a little bit short. He's actually a little lucky he didn't get picked off.
Again, Schultz and guys like Nick Krieg, too, 6'3", 6'4", some good height with these receivers. You have a chance to go down the field and try to make some plays on some shorter corners and secondary members. And Goforth going to roll out, cut back inside. He's going to get brought down. What a play. A flag comes in late. That was 65. Preston Garling that was in.
He gets by the initial pressure there. You thought he was going to make a move and possibly get some space there, but nope, the Badgers did not want to make that happen.
And that was holding. And they're going to decline that penalty. They want that clock to keep rolling and obviously take the loss.
Yeah, take the loss, and you're also looking at a third and very long now, too. Yes, this is not a bad coaching move there from the Badgers. Just want to
take the loss down, take the loss on the play, too. They still went backwards about roughly 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, it was basically a 5-yard penalty anyway. So
yeah. And so here we go. 3rd down and 16, 20 seconds to go in this first half. Could be the last play, and big rush. It's going to be a screen play. It's dumped off to Soltis. He turns back inside, almost got the ball stripped and brought down at the 45.
That might be a good solution there for the Mustangs. We're seeing the success rate going down deep. If the pass is off, if it's bouncing off the receiver's hands, maybe try some of these screen plays. Get that powerhouse defensive line there for the Mustangs, moving around a little bit. Maybe see if you can get them gassed. But that might be the best thing you're going to do.
A little momentum at the end there for Grand Valley, but can't capitalize because we're going to halftime to score 33-0 as we head into the break. Going to take that break. When we come back, we'll break down the first half stats and get ready for second half action. Again, the Badgers on top of the Mustangs, 33-0 on night 2 of your doubleheader of CVC TV's Game of the Week, Week 9 of the high school football season. Back after this. Oh, actually, no, they're going to put 1 second on the clock. Let's halt the alarm there. Was there a penalty on the play, or was there a timeout called in time?
I'm not sure, but the bands are getting ready to go, and looks like we're going to bring everybody back out here for. This is going to be actually a great chance there for the Mustangs. At this point in time, you basically get a play that has no consequences to it. See how far you can get the ball down, or if you want to do one of the little lateral trick play here. Just figure out something.
Yeah, 4th and 11, Rob, but you mentioned it too, at the 45-yard line with 1 second left. This is pretty much a, hey, can we find a way to get into the end zone here?
Yeah, this is basically an untimed down. So, I mean.
I feel bad. I set the stage for everybody, and we got one more play.
Yeah, and you did a great job with that, too.
And Coach Nems is giving me the side eye from the sideline down there, so we're going to see him call one more play. And it looks like it is going to be some sort of attempt here. And, of course, looks like Berkshire is going to back up some of their defensive players here, try to keep the ball in front of them.
Yeah, looks like 3 safeties back right now.
And we'll see what happens with Goforth again in that pistol. Going to fake the handoff, looking, going to step up, looking. He's going to throw. It's got a receiver. It's back at Schultz, and it is knocked down and incomplete. Solid coverage there by Berkshire, and that is how we go into the half.
Are we sure? All right.
I'm pretty positive on that one.
Triple zeros, we are good to go.
Yeah, great defense there by Miles Miller and company back, and that's going to take us to halftime officially now. I can say that with confidence. 33-0 to score. The Badgers on top of the Mustangs. Again, like we said before, taking the bands, enjoy halftime. We'll be back with your first half stats and a preview of the second half here on CVC TV. Stay with us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great Lakes Cheese Stadium again for the 2023 halftime performance of the Berkshire Marching Badgers. The band is led on the field by our first ever student cohort commander, Boyd Spanos, and is under the direction of Director Mr. Matt Haxel and handsome Assistant Director, Mr. Sean Epler. And tonight, the Marching Badgers are taking you to the Great White Way. We are opening the curtains on our brand new Broadway show. There are a lot of strange things out there, but what about a horror musical with a doo-wop twist? One of those standard timeless stories where a giant plant eats people, you know, as they do. Go ahead and put your badger paws together for Little Shop of Horrors. Andrew Lloyd Webber is one of the most prolific composers in the history of musical theater. More specifically, he set the stage for rock opera, bringing mainstream appeal to classical styles during the 80s and 90s. This next show was no exception. It's Jesus Christ Superstar, featuring the amazing Badgerettes, Majorette Vera Smith, and for the first time this season, our cadets. Great job, band. Great job, Badgerettes. And great job, Cadets. Back in the 1950s, territorial gang wars were a major problem in the inner cities. Violence, theft, crime, and not to mention all the incredible dance routines and singing. West Side Story, a tale of star-crossed lovers desperate to be together despite the hate of their rival factions, had its moments for tears, but also featured some wild humor. You won't be able to stop shaking your Badger tails to the funniest number in the show, Officer Krupke. And the band is being chased off the field by Officer Krupke. Thank you to our amazing fans for coming to cheer us on tonight. Don't forget to swing by the concessions to warm up. Specials tonight include meatball subs, Italian sausage, mac and cheese, and as always, the hit rodeo burger. Our holiday cabaret is only months away, so be sure to visit our music department website to learn about getting tickets. Thank you to the Grand Valley High School Marching Band for performing tonight. We wish them luck on the rest of their season. And as always, go Badgers!
It should.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we would like to honor Tim Hunkel.
Welcome back in, folks. The score at halftime, 33-0 here from Great Lakes G Stadium, Troy Township, Burton, Ohio. Again, Badgers on top of the visiting Mustangs here on CVC TV. Of course, Kyle Cornell and WTAM 1100's Rob Brzezicki joining us.
Hey there, how you doing?
Yeah, and it's been an eventful first half as we gear up for the second half of action. Really, I mean, Grand Valley had some moments here or there, but just could not put together a long drive to get some points, and Berkshire took advantage all throughout those first two quarters.
Yeah, that was what the Mustangs are really lacking right now. The Grand Valley was looking for consistency. As you said, they had a couple of good moments here and there. They couldn't string enough of them together to actually put some points on the board, and that's what they're going to be looking for right now coming out of this half. We're probably looking at a running clock coming in here. They're going to be looking for some gash plays. They got to put points on the board quickly, and we'll see if that offense is going to be equipped to it. I think they had the right idea at the tail end of that second half with that first, really the first screen of the game they threw. Gained, 10, 11 yards.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be where they're having to go because they are not winning that battle on the line right now. They got to move that pocket around. They got to make those linebackers respect that passing game a little bit.
Yeah, so talk about the yardage breakdown, too, in that first half. Unofficially, Berkshire, 255 total yards, 197 on the ground as a team. A fantastic first half. No turnovers. Did have 4 penalties on the other side. Just 57 total yards for Grand Valley, 48 on the ground. Most of that coming from the running back, Of course, number 26, Andrew Soltis, who had 15 carries for 47 yards. And 10 carries for 1 yard for Sammy Goforth. Sacked a bunch of times, losing some yardage. And really tough struggle for him, too. 3 of 11, I should say, for 9 yards. Throwing the ball, a couple of drops in that first half, too, that probably should have made it more yards and extended some of those drives. You could be talking about points on the board for Grand Valley and less points on the board for Berkshire if those were made catches. But Can's ball in that, Rob, obviously got to come out in the second half, like you said, and try and put pedal to the metal and get some big plays and get back into this game.
Yes, it's going to have to be somebody other than Goforth, too. I mean, they have keyed in on him. That is a luxury the Badgers have right now. Really the one playmaker now that John Foss Peters is gone. So, yes, I mean, really this team's going to kind of go with Goforth. And we've got to see if the running game's going to step up, and if that screen game can start moving. But they got to figure out a way to get some gash plays. You
mentioned those screens. When you send 8, 9 guys at your quarterback, those screens are your quarterback's best friends. Get it out of his hand early, make those guys on the defense run to him and have no pay or no luck. And again, I imagine that Coach Nims is looking at it like, you know what? Yeah, maybe we start off with some screens to try and get the offense in some rhythm and have them actually have to play a little bit more defense on the back end, because again, really until that long throw at the end of that first half, we haven't really seen very much of those kind of plays take place for Grand Valley in that first half.
Well, you're trying to put yourself in rhythm if you're Coach Nims, and you're trying to take the Badgers out of rhythm. That's really what the thing is right now. Is Berkshire has been able to pretty much run whatever play they've wanted to run. You talked about the 4 penalties they had. That wasn't really phased. You got to figure out a way to get that offense off schedule, and I don't know if that's going to be. I don't know how doable that's going to be going into the second half.
Again, talk about Miles Miller, too, the incredible first half. He had 3 of 3 for 58 yards passing and 3 passing touchdowns. That's right, 3 attempts, 3 completions, and 3 scores. Also had 5 carries for 50 yards and 2 scores on the ground, too. Responsible for essentially all of the points so far in this game. Had a little bit of help, too, from a couple other teammates, Justin Phillips and Jack Hastings, obviously delivering left and right on the offense and defensive ends. And, of course, Berkshire going to start with the ball, too, to start this third quarter. Rob, this is essentially one of those things where you mentioned running clock, but at the same point, doesn't really change too much for Berkshire as far as their offense is concerned. We know they're a run-heavy team, but they can definitely, and they've proved they can throw that football.
Yeah, well, we're already looking at almost 200 yards on the ground already. Yeah, this isn't really going to change their game plan up much. Really, I think what this could do, though, is I can see them playing a little bit more conservatively. The few times that we did see them go down the field, I don't see that kind of happening. It's going to be, keep the ball between the hash marks. You got the perfect guy to do that in Justin Phillips. Just keep running it up the gut. Let that clock just be your best friend in that situation.
Yeah, so pair of Badgers back. One of them, of course, being Jack Hastings, who's had an eventful day, too. Has a carry for 12 yards, but he also caught 2 of those 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Of course, that one gash down the middle of the field, and then the last passing touchdown that was thrown from Miles Miller in that corner of the end zone. Beautiful back shoulder throw that Hastings pulled in with the 2 feet in bounds. Phenomenal play.
And and you see the same thing with Hastings on defense that you're seeing on offense, is that he is so versatile. They can put him in the backfield. They can line him up in the slot. They can put him outside. So in a lot of ways, they're Coach DeWeese is really just figuring out a way to get his best players the ball in space, and so far it's working out pretty well.
So Hastings and Cameron Beam are going to be all the way back to return this kickoff. Still waiting for the ball to get placed.
Yeah, keep an eye on Cameron Beam, too. He's had 2 touchdown returns already this year. So if he finds a seam, he could be gone before we know it.
Beam, the return specialist for this squad. And Chase McDonald is going to line it up. And you maybe heard it in the booth here. Normally there is a chance. McDonald takes his kickoff that he can try and pooch one short and get the ball back. And that's why there's 9. Badgers kind of lined up inside about 15, 20 yards from where the ball is.
Yeah, they look like they're up to something for sure.
McDonald going to approach. We'll see what happens, and it is going to be a normal kickoff. How about that? Looks like Hastings is going to be the one to take it. Here he goes, cutting left side. Actually, nope, that is Beam who got the ball instead. They faked the catch from Hastings, and Beam got it. And a little trickery on the return, only gets him to about 26.
Tried to circle up there up the left sideline and try to find that edge. It looked like, it looked like the Mustangs had that pretty well covered, though. A little trickery, though. I don't think anybody bought it.
Well, we're going to see the offense head back onto the field. And
I'm kind of curious to see what they are going to do with the second half. If this score and the clock situation is going to really hamper what they have been doing or change what they've been doing on this first half here.
And Miles Miller in the pistol. And that running clock ticking away in under 10 minutes, or 11 minutes.
No, they are not. Yeah, not really inclined to be moving quickly right now.
Nope. And the handoff on the left side. Phillips with the carry again, and continues his fantastic night. Solid gain of about 6.
Yeah, if I'm the Mustangs defense right now, I'm looking for turnovers because you really are now playing 2 different opponents. You're playing the Badgers right now, who are drilling you, and you're also playing the clock, and that is not going to be helping you out the longer we go into this game.
And official timeout. Maybe it looks like someone's tying their shoe back there.
Safety first.
About the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
Special shout out to the head ref.
Hey, that's his job. Make sure everybody's ready to go and their equipment is checked in 5 stars here.
That includes his own as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's going to be about second and a long 4.5, 5 yards. Again, handoff on the around there. That's Southern who turns the corner and is able to get through for a big gain. Abram Southern for a first down.
Again, it looks like it does not matter who the ball carrier is right now. You got a Badger team that's staying on schedule, that can run what they want to run. We're not seeing many desperation calls coming out of this team right now, and because of that, they've been in control the whole way.
Give them 14 yards and moving the chains again. Hand over the middle. Phillips taking the ball back and getting about 4 to 5 yards again. He's just so good at that, too, just down the middle, Rob. Even when he doesn't break through and get a seam and get a big gain, still it seems like every carry, even the short ones, 4 to 5 yards.
Yeah, he's very good at that. Where you see a lot of other running backs find contact at the line of scrimmage, or even a little bit before. Hastings can, actually make contact and push and keep on going and turn something into a 5-yard carry.
Again, Miller in pseudo shotgun, almost a pistol type formation.
Like spreading receivers out. Two to the right.
And handoff again. Phillips again with the carry.
And as boring as it would be to watch and as mundane as it would be, the Badgers right now in this situation, the way they are running the ball, the way they are pushing that line of scrimmage and winning that battle, they can really run that play for the rest of the game and probably not have to worry about punting the ball or turning it over on downs. They are catching 3 to 4 yards per carry at least on that halfback dive play.
In the middle there, Trevor Mullen, a name we haven't called too much tonight.
No.
One of the seniors on this squad for Grand Valley on the tackle. So
that probably has a lot to do with that offensive line right now, not calling his name.
Yeah, winning that line of scrimmage. Here we go, 3rd down and short. Going to roll out pass to the outside. It is caught. There's Abram. He turns the corner inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. Solid catch by Abram Southern and a first down. Well,
that's the kind of coverage that you have to throw up when you respect that play action that they just did. It seems like now it doesn't matter who's in that backfield. When they line up for that play action fake, you got to respect it.
You got an injured player down for the Grand Valley Mustangs here as the teams will head to their respective sidelines. And again, just talk about the fact that Miles Miller, first attempt he's thrown where he didn't throw a touchdown, but still an impressive play on the rollout to make that spot. Again, kind of honing into what we talked about, what we thought Grand Valley should do on the offensive end, too, finding that check down, kind of just that rollout. And it was Southern there that was able to turn the corner and get a solid gain.
Well, yeah, again, with the running clock right now, you want to be conservative, but that was about probably the safest pass play you could have ran, running out on the flat like that, a little bit of a play action call. Yeah, that's exactly, if I'm the Mustangs, I'm on the other sideline looking at this. That's the kind of offense I have to run. The only problem, though, with 8 minutes and running now in the 3rd quarter, are you going to have enough time to put something like that together?
Yeah, definitely. And this gives us a chance to talk about the scoreboard sponsor. We know the clock is running, but, of course, the scoreboard brought to you tonight by Independence Business Supply. They're an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. And as the injured player, that's number 24, Tanner Lee, the senior, gets back up for Grand Valley. Of course, reminding you that IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. You can visit orderibs.com to learn more about their products and amazing customer service. Good to see Tanner Lee get up on his own power and walk off the field.
Yeah, especially on senior night. You don't want to see any upperclassmen have to leave the game early because of something like that.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line of the Mustangs. Again, Berkshire driving down the field. Miles Miller on the completion, 18 yards the previous play to Abram Southern to move the chains again.
Still running that pistol.
And man in motion, that's Hastings. And his hand on the left side, Phillips breaking through to the left. He's got a solid gain, still pushing forward. There's a solid push back. Again, by Grand Valley there, number 11, Robert Rogers in on the hit, forced Phillips out of bounds.
I liked what they did with that play call because you see Hastings in motion. He draws a couple of the linebackers over. Though there was no gain, really no big gain on the play, I like the misdirection there from that from the play call, being able to hopefully, and maybe we'll see called again, have a chance to break one open.
Again, 4 or so yards. What has been a fantastic night for Justin Phillips. 141 yards unofficially on the ground so far. We're still only about a little under halfway through the third quarter. And Miller in that shotgun. And Miller going to keep it up the middle. Gets tripped up and eventually brought down. A stinger on the inside. That was Soltis who got in and made the stop, and close to a first down, but maybe just short.
Yeah, that's where this offense is coming into play right now. With all of these game-breaking talents in the running game, you see those play-action fakes, and on that last play, you see actually the entire linebacking run just kind of hold up for 1 second to see what was going to happen. And with guys this good, all you need is that step.
Well, 3rd down and 1 on the Mustang 22. Phillips up the middle and spins through and gets the first down. Hard to stop. That kind of size, that running back position. We talked about it again, Rob, too. He's 6 foot, 170, 180 pounds. Man, he
is
through.
A big boy. He is the definition of a power back. And yes, I mean, it seems like that's how much this offense is rolling right now. It doesn't seem like much, but he just gets the ball and it's an automatic 5 yards. Doesn't matter where on the field they are, what the situation is. That's an incredibly amazing luxury for a play caller.
Phillips closing in at 150 yards on the game today. Might get that with his next carry. We'll see if it's on this coming play. As again, it's 1st and 10 on the 17-yard line of the Mustangs. Long drive for Berkshire to start this third quarter. Over half the quarter so far they've had possession.
Got a 4-man front there. A couple of linebackers
Phillips
really trying to play that run. It's still not working, though.
Still on his feet. I'll tell you what, he went for the legs there, too. Mark Hall, the junior there, made that stop, and that could have been dangerous. His kid, just Justin Phillips making plays on the inside.
Well, and that's the thing you got to look for in this 33-0 game is that you're going to have players playing desperate, not dirty, but desperate, trying to just get a stop here, trying to get the ball back, and that's when bad things could happen to good people.
Justin Phillips now over 150 yards. He's going to get the end around here on the carry, turning inside, breaks through and into the end zone for the first time tonight. Justin Phillips gets in for the score, 8 yards away. And that lead now up to 39-0. Look at the replay here. Mr. Rizicki again, great handoff on the inside late. A little bit of that RPO we talked about. And, man, Phillips just turns that corner with the speed and the power, a little bit of a combo, and gets in for the touchdown.
Berkshire was absolutely clogging that line of scrimmage the whole way, right up the gut, right up the gut. That's what we saw the entire drive. Last play of the drive, they go a little bit outside, catches them a little off guard. And then, you got a kid that in Justin Phillips that can absolutely just run anybody over. All he had to do was find that edge. And, yes, now we're sitting here 39-0.
Another injured player down in the end zone this time for Grand Valley. Of course, never want to see anyone go down at any point of the game, but especially now through this. And we talk about that drive again for Berkshire. Again, just a phenomenal job of having a little bit of a mix. We saw that big pass play, too, compete for a big first down, about 18, 19 yards to kind of mix up in between the runs, too, but successful, able to continue to win the line of scrimmage. And it ends up being Justin Phillips' first touchdown of the evening. He's got 163 yards on the ground.
Yeah, at least they finally gave him one. No, but that's with this running game. It's all execution. It's this offensive line that, and I don't think we've been giving them nearly enough praise right now. It doesn't matter who the ball carrier is. Yes, if it's Justin Phillips, he has, he's a special kid in his own right. But it's these guys that are creating these lanes. They are dominating line of scrimmage. They are giving Miles Miller even time to throw the ball when the few times that has happened. That offensive line is the reason why this offense is moving the way it is.
And Carter Reiser was the defensive back that was down in the end zone there. He was able to jog off the field under his own power.
Good
to see, A couple injury stoppages on that drive. Both players for Grand Valley able to get up and get off the field under their own power. Good to see that. Hopefully those young guys are being healthy here as clock continues to roll through the extra point attempt.
Mendelora again. We haven't called his name a lot in the passing game, but he has been very active on special teams.
As the extra point does find its way through, and with the score now 40-0. The Badgers on top of the Mustangs here on CVC TV. Hey, I want to talk about our presenting sponsor of the program tonight. Of course, that is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery at Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Joe Weber. Maybe you heard of them. And their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website. Just head over to www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you, of course, for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. You know, Rob, I've been told I have a face for radio, so
yeah.
I need to make a call to the Ohio Center for Oral and Facial Implant Surgery.
I think that's you and me both right there. I think I scared the camera guy when I walked in today, so yeah, maybe we both need to make some appointments.
He said you looked youthful.
Oh, yes. I get that a lot,
energetic.
actually, yes. It's the receding hairline and the gray beard that, I get a lot of compliments on the appearance.
I am not too far away with you, Robert, on that one, unfortunately. Again, going to be an awesome schedule for us coming up next week, too. I want to remind you guys as well that we're going to be having another doubleheader next week at Week 10 of the high school football season. West Geauga and Orange next Friday night. The next Saturday, special Saturday night football for high school. Independence at Trinity next Saturday. It'll be exciting by Week 10 as we get gearing towards the playoffs. Some teams still with playoff implications. The kickoff is back, going to be returned. And again, that is McDonald. He breaks through. McDonald's got some room to run, gets spun down, and eventually brought down at the 45-yard line. Chase McDonald with some life on the Mustang sideline.
Found a seam up the middle. Yeah, got to midfield before anybody realized what was going on. This is by far the best opportunity the Mustangs have had really this second half and probably the whole game when it comes down to field position, just being able to get some points on the board. I don't know. You can't win the game on this drive, but you can definitely try to just start getting some momentum moving for this week or even next week.
We'll definitely build towards it as Sammy Goforth again is going to take the ball and look to pass. Thrown to the outside. It is a bit of a screen play. It's caught, and that is Jerry Schultz.
Okay. That's more of what we need. But I think the problem now, though, when we're talking maybe the fourth quarter plus another 3 minutes of this one, are you going to have enough time to nickel and dime it down the field like that, 7-12 yards at a shot, and be able to cut into this lead in any meaningful way?
We'll take that 7-yard gain.
Absolutely.
First catch of the night for Schultz as well. Looks like Soltis there on the run. Going to be third and short on the way for the Mustangs.
But this is what the Mustangs have missed for the first 3 quarters of the game. Being on schedule like this, being able to not have to throw off your back foot into double coverage. You got a very realistic, very manageable third and short right here. This should be something that they would have a whole lot of confidence in picking up.
And Soltis, again, 16 carries for 49 yards. Yeah. Starting to build a little bit more on that total one. He's been the bell cow tonight. Short yard situations, trying to get that first down. And Soltis will get that carry, puts his head down. He is stopped by the Badgers defensive line. Hey, take your pick. There's a bunch of numbers in there. You guys can see them.
The Badgers definitely established their presence there on that third and short play. That's what they needed, though. I mean, you're in a 4-down scenario, though, so, I mean, they'll get another crack at it.
And, Rob mentioned it, 2 down, 40-0 here with the running clock. On the other side of midfield, of course, you're going to go for this.
You have to.
Especially with the yard. If it was a yard or if it was 10, you're probably still going to find a way to go for it.
I think it's safe to say that unless you're pinned back in your own end, this is 4-down territory for the rest of the game.
It definitely is. Sammy Goforth again in that pistol. He's got Soltis behind him. 2 spread wide to the left. It's going to be a fake. Goforth going to keep it. He's going to run. Goforth trying to hit that corner and cut inside. He is brought down. What a hit. Number 80 in there. That, of course, being Andrew Kimpton. He's a junior that got in on the sack. Number 6 on the night, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for
Kimpton
Grand
got
Valley.
in there, but 6 of his buddies were right behind him on that one. The front 7 for the Badgers definitely did what they needed to do on that. You even saw, the Badgers front 7 actually bite on that play fake, and it really didn't even matter.
Right, so now Miles Miller and company going to head back out. And Miller's still in the game here in this third quarter as the time continues to tick down. Actually, no, it looks like it's going to be a new quarterback in. That's number 10, Colin Herring. I was going to say, it'd be kind of strange to see Miller back in, and he's going to get blown up at the line of scrimmage here on the carry. We'll talk about Colin Herring here in a second. That ball going for about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, well, without the dual threat quarterback, at least without the established dual threat in Miles Miller, we're going to watch a defense now that's going to be able to key up a little bit more
on the running back, on the running game, and actually, and the linebackers are going to actually be able to commit pretty good coming into the line of scrimmage themselves.
So Oliver Miller's the new running back as well, number 22 in for the game. He's going to get another carry out wide left. And Miller going to get brought down for maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Keep an eye on Oliver Miller, too. I know, he's a backup and everything, but at the same point in time, he's had a few big games in his own right earlier this season.
We get to talk about Colin Herring now, the new quarterback in, senior. Again, actually technically listed as the third string. Mason Vendelera is actually listed as the backup, but we're going to see Herring tonight, of course, on senior night.
Yes, absolutely.
Getting some time to take some snaps. Number 10 is Herring going to roll out to his right, looking, throwing. That ball tipped and incomplete. And that was Soltis who got in there and knocked the ball down.
Good job on Soltis' end for getting his hands up and just making an obstruction in there. Still trying to run the same offense they were running the first 3 quarters, moving the pocket around a little bit, seeing if you can get some athleticism out of the quarterback. But, yes, the Mustangs were definitely there for that one.
And the clock, I believe, should tick out. That should be the end of the 3rd quarter. So we're going to head to the 4th right now. Again, 40-0 to score. Again, the home Berkshire Badgers on top of the Grand Valley Mustangs here on ChagrinValleyConference.com. And 4th quarter action going to be on the way here shortly. Teams will switch sides and keep things moving.
At least they're midfield, so switching sides is not going to be all that big of an ordeal.
Oh. Don't see that every day.
That is not our camera problems here. It is just a dark field.
I thought maybe that was going to be a little light show or something.
Yeah, a little special effects here. Yeah, anybody got some sparklers?
No, they had the neon kind of lights up in the corner.
Yeah.
I know at one point earlier in the season when we were at Independence, we saw the band come out and have like a light show after the game was over. So it's not foreign for us to see that. And
especially on senior night, too. They want to do something special for the kids, I'm sure.
I think that's foreshadowing, maybe. You never know.
Yeah, we've even seen the lights kind of flicker. It seems like almost every touchdown that they have, too. So, yeah, that might be one of their go-to
check
tricks.
That. Maybe some of those LEDs aren't working properly. They're kind of blinking when they score. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
It gets kind of loud. All of a sudden, the lights start blinking a little bit.
Maybe. Well, I don't. This is a great facility they have here, though.
It is fantastic. The school is beautiful too. Brand new school that they've been able to build here, again for Berkshire. And had a chance to swing by earlier and see the old high school as well. And
nice.
Yeah. Of course, I didn't go there by accident.
No,
not by any means. Of course, I went to the right place right away.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't make any wrong turns coming here either from downtown Cleveland. Yeah, that was. Didn't take me an hour and 15 minutes or anything to get down here.
I visited some friends over in Middlefield. Had a chance to pop back over.
And the leaves are changing, too. It's a nice scenic drive, Great time for everybody.
My goal was not to make sure not to hit any horse and buggy on the way out here, which I didn't.
I got a little nervous when I saw the Amish sign.
Yeah. It's going to be 4th down and 10, and it's going to be punt away here. And
yeah, that's really what you want.
Going to get that ball back, yeah.
Yeah, this is not the time to be aggressive if you're Berkshire.
I'll tell you what, solid punt. That one's going to bounce and take a big bounce for Berkshire, and it's going to bounce inside of the 15 down to about the 13-yard line down right there by 85, of course. That's Lewis Philby, another senior, getting some playing time on special teams, and that's where Grand Valley would take back over possession.
Solid punt there. I know we're not talking about the special teams game a lot, but pin them back in their own zone, running clock, you're up by 40. This is the last thing the Mustangs wanted, was to start deep in their own end like this with this kind of deficit and a running clock on top of it.
So, 1st and 10 on their own 13-yard line. Grand Valley just trying to find a way to get into the end zone.
Really, they just need to find a way to string a couple of first downs together first. I mean, and we're looking past today. We're looking to next week and the week after. They just need some momentum. They just need to have their offense look like their offense right now.
Well, very much as Sammy Goforth and company going to take over deep in their own territory. The clock is going.
Being able to key in on Goforth like this is.
And pass over the middle. That ball almost intercepted.
That was a dangerous pass. You had coverage behind and in front of the receiver. And
that was close. Yeah, Chase Wardle was in there, the sophomore. And Goforth, tight window, almost made the completion, too. It could have went either way.
And, a little bit of desperation's kicking in, too. I mean, worst case scenario, you throw an interception in that situation. You're down 47-0 instead of 40. What are you really losing? You got to throw as much as you can down the field, especially if that pass rush is going to give you a chance.
Especially right, as now it's 2nd and 10 on their own 13. Goforth again in that pistol. Going to hand to Soltis up the middle. He breaks through, still on his feet, backpedaling down, and Soltis with a solid gain of about 9.5.
At least he's moving in the right direction right now. You got a 3rd and manageable coming up. Hopefully you'll be able to convert the first down and try to string something together
and again, at least get some momentum for this team coming into the next game.
Rob, they're going to give him the first down on that, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, I guess Soltis was able to turn that body and get toward that ball for a gain of about 10. So,
Hey.
how about that?
Hey, good stuff, good stuff. Well, and that's what they needed, really. We were saying at the beginning of the game was they needed to get the run game moving so that pass can move around a little bit. But yeah, it might be a little bit too late. Too little, too late for these guys.
Go forth again, going to pass, looking, and thrown to the outside. That's a screen. It's caught, and not much there
No
for Aiden
blockers
Baker.
for the screen. That was the problem. There was nobody set up for that. It was 3 guys that were ready and primed to make the tackle.
And they're actually going to give Aiden Baker a gain of about roughly 4 yards.
Yeah. Again, though, if I'm the Badgers, I'm going to give up 4 yards of play all day for the rest of the day, no problem here.
Plenty of field to work with, too.
They need to go deep.
Yeah. Under 10 minutes to go in this ball game. Goforth going to keep it himself, break to the outside. His longest run of the game. Sammy Goforth turns the corner to the 40, out of bounds at the 41.
Great play action fake on that when you see half the Berkshire defense bite on that and let Goforth go around and get that corner for the first down.
Gain of 12 and a first down for Sammy Goforth, easily his longest run of this ball game. And some life coming out of that Grand Valley offense now, a couple of first downs in this drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they need. They need to get some consistency, some momentum going. And the big thing about the last couple of first downs here, they've stayed on schedule. They haven't had to deal with a 3rd and 12 or 2nd and 11. They've had 2nd and 3rd and manageable the whole way.
Last week only 6 points against Cardinal, trying to get back on the scoreboard tonight as well. Goforth going to break through. He's going to stay on his feet. Sammy Goforth going to throw. He's got a receiver, and it is through the hands and incomplete. He was looking for Aiden Baker and just could not get the ball complete. The story of the night for the Grand Valley passing attack.
Busted covers, got behind the safeties. Really, the only thing in front of him was the end zone. And, yeah, the pass was just a little off. The receiver should have come up, and it hit him in the hands. It was a catchable ball. But that's where this lack of balance now, and we see with this incomplete pass play, they're now off schedule. They're now running 2nd and long.
Yeah.
This Badger defense is going to be able to pin their ears back and do what they need to do. This has been the problem they've had all game.
I give credit for Goforth, too, for getting through that potential sack and making a play. As bit of a miscommunication on the handoff. Goforth's going to keep it himself, and he's just going to go down for a loss of about 3. That could have been very bad.
Yeah, he was looking to hand the ball off to a running back who wasn't there. And, yeah, Goforth, again, did it under the circumstances, didn't try to do too much, didn't try to make something out of nothing. Take your sack, move on, live to fight another day.
And very tough for Sammy Goforth under pressure, as you mentioned, Rob, pretty much from the get-go.
Yeah.
It's sending 7, 8, 9 people in the box, just pressuring him and having to make those decisions. And again, he's been able to kind of extend some plays and get the ball down the field, but for some reason the ball is not bouncing, again, Grand Valley's way when it comes to completing those big pass attempts. And you talked about it. If a couple of those balls are caught, we're talking about a different game right now.
Yeah, you're talking about a couple of touchdowns, for Grand Valley and a couple of touchdowns away from Berkshire.
Yep. And Goforth going to throw off his back foot. And was that caught? I think it was.
That was a little bit of a tip drill there.
Wow, what a catch there by Rogers on the left side of the field. And that could have been crazy.
Most impressive 6-yard gain of the day so far.
I'll take that.
But that was a pass basically out of desperation there. The rush was coming on in. He got, the quarterback got the ball out. At least he did get something out of it. But again, if I'm the Badgers, I'm sitting here, do exact nickel and dime me all day. That's exactly what I want if I'm Berkshire.
Yep, so here we go. Handoff, Soltis middle, and he just got
huge penetration.
Absolutely leveled, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. It was 4th and short, about 3 yards, and they got maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
I understand you want to run the ball up the gut. That dive play has worked out pretty well for them. Limited success anyway, but in that situation with the defensive line that good, being able to key up and understand that it's just going to come right over the center. We see what happens. Huge penetration, 3-yard loss, and it looks like if the Badgers play their cards right anyway, this last 6:30 and change, they might not have to give the ball away.
Again, senior backup Colin Herring in that pistol. And you mentioned it, Rob. Oliver Miller in that backfield too. He can make some plays.
He has a 100-yard game this year already. So, don't give him a chance. He will take it.
Yeah, Herring going to keep it himself. Breaking left side. Herring turning upfield and getting a solid gain to the near 35-yard line. Flag coming in late. That could be a late hit.
Yeah,
a little chippy on the sideline there with Connor Sullivan, the senior.
Yeah, he was easily a couple steps out of bounds for that. We'll wait to see the official word, but yeah, it looks like Berkshire is going to get a little bit of a bonus on the end of that play. And yeah, he's doing exactly what Miller's supposed to be doing. He's doing what the big boy is, finding that edge, working that RPO. This is a team right now who's working on fine-tuning stuff for the playoff run and possibly even for next year with Miller graduating at the quarterback spot.
And believe it or not, that's going to be 15 more yards tacked on at the end. Some people more excited than others in the press box as well. Ball going to be moved up inside the 25-yard line, down to the 23.
Yeah, almost in the red area right now. Again, with this running game, these guys can run whatever they want.
Again, Herring in the pistol, taking orders from the sideline.
Especially with, a three-man front right now, a couple of linebackers sitting there. You got a lot of defensive backs out there. Not a good recipe if you got a power running game.
And a high snap, it's going to be capped. It looked like it was supposed to be a handoff for Miller, but instead it's going to be a carry out the middle for Herring.
Yeah.
Solid job there by 50 again from Grand Valley, Trevor Mullen, to read that properly and bring down the quarterback.
Yeah, and combine that with a high snap that kind of threw off the timing a little bit. Something with this RPO stuff is that the timing has to be there. If everything gets a little bit off rhythm, that's the output. That's what we're going to see there, a backfield stop there.
So second down and 9. Got about a yard on that QB keeper that looked like maybe it was supposed to be a run by Owen Miller. Instead, Herring now dealing with a second and long. Man in motion. There's that RPO, handoff Miller left side. He's got some room. Miller gets brought down. Solid tackle on the outside there by Chase McDonald. That could have been
nice open field tackle there. Yeah, again, they've been doing it consistently all game. It doesn't matter who the ball carrier is. If it is Phillips, if it is Miller, if it's Hastings even, find that edge, move what you need to do, and it's at least good for 5 to 10 yards every time. Every time.
Yeah, third and short coming up. Ball on the 16-yard line for the Badgers. Looking to get in the end zone again. Roll out Herrick, looking. Can he throw it? No, he's going to keep running. Herrick going to try and get that first down. He did. He gets past the 10, down inside to about the 9 or 8.
Good judgment on the young quarterback there. Yeah, we saw him a couple of times want to get the ball in the end zone, want to throw the ball a little bit there. Saw it was the best course of action, though, to just tuck and run, get the first down, or I'm sorry, set up third and very, very short here.
And there was a flag. I think that may have been holding, so we're going to move that ball back. Okay, wipe off the first down.
Okay, forget what I just said there. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, not a lot of penalties tonight. I think overall maybe just the 6th one we've seen called.
No, and this is going to be a rare spot, though, for Berkshire because, again, this is a 3rd and long. They hadn't had to deal with a lot of these.
Yeah, go from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and.
But that makes your offense move a lot easier when all of a sudden it does turn into 2nd and short, 3rd and short. The pressure's off. You can kind of just run out what you want to run.
Now going to be 3rd and 15, spot foul, and that's why it's a little bit further back than 10 yards. Herrick going to take the snap, looking to pass. The screen play, it's caught. That's Miller. Miller breaking left side. He's got some room to run. Miller still on his feet, breaking through and torn down by Rogers.
Good touch pass there, just right over the line. You kind of take advantage of those linebackers committing in, playing the run, and just get the ball a little bit over there. And another moving the chains yet again here.
And that again is going to be good for about 7 or 8 yards. So it's going to be 4th and long. Yeah, they're going to
see maybe your second field goal here on coverage.
All right, they're going to give the senior a chance.
Oh, why not at this point?
Yeah, Mason Mendelera going to line it up. That's going to be a long field goal here, about 40 or so yards.
3 for 3 on the year, 38 long.
Okay, so he has kicked in this area before.
Yeah, this is not uncharted territory. It's close to uncharted territory, but it's...
Wind is blowing against him, Rob, so he's going to have to fight that wind down on the field. Lined up, the kick is up, and it is short. No good. Mendelora almost had enough. Yeah. That was a 40-yard attempt into the wind.
Just about it, yeah. What would have been his career long with that one. If there was no wind there, that would have been absolutely fine. As it was only about a yard and a half short of what he needed to go.
Had to fight through it. So he's been kicking extra points on the other side of the field, I've noticed, and they've been flying high and through the uprights. And that one still had some pretty good leg on it, but just a little bit short for the senior.
No, and again, yeah, he's been on both sides of the ball, playing all three phases. The ultimate hyphenate on this team, defensive back, wide receiver, and obviously we're seeing him kick and punt pretty much. Well, I don't think we've seen him punt today, have we?
No, we have not seen him punt yet.
We have
but
not.
there is still time.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
As Grand Valley takes over possession, going to be a throw from Goforth, looking, throwing. That one's caught. Rogers with a great catch on the sideline.
Well, and, offense and defense are both doing what they need to do right now. If I'm the Badgers, I want to keep everybody in front of me. And if I'm the Mustangs, I'll gladly take 20, 25 yards at a shot.
Yeah, 20 yards right there for Goforth. Into Rogers, who gets back into the positives after that catch, his third of the game.
Yeah, with this running clock right now, if I'm Berkshire, I just want to keep everybody in front of me. Don't allow any busted coverages. Make sure everything is controlled in front of you, even if that means of giving up a first down.
And preserve the shutout handoff on the right side. And that's going to be McDonald, who gets a gain of about 7 to 8 yards. First carry of the night for Chase McDonald. He's been all over the field, too. Special teams, defense, now an offense.
Yeah, well, with the clock running down, trying to get everybody a little bit of trying to get everybody the ball here and get a little bit of action going.
Sub back in Jerry Schultz as they hit around midfield, and we've seen. Again, Goforth able to throw that ball a good 35, 40 yards through the air, and you got the 6'4" receiver. We'll see if they decide to spread him out, and he is going to be at the bottom of your screen.
Minute and change, that's what I would do.
Just take a shot, why not? This could be play action. Goforth going to roll out to the right. He is looking down the field, going to launch it. There he is. He's got his receiver, Schultz, through the hands and incomplete. Jerry Schultz had the touchdown in his hands and could not come down with it. Again, story of the night.
Yeah, so close yet so far.
Grand Valley, that's probably the 5th or 6th time someone's had that.
At least a half dozen where they've had open coverage, 20 to 30 yards down the field, and could not convert. We talked about it before. We said, that's points that you're taking off the board for yourself and points now you're giving to the opponent. So that's something they're going to have to work on going forward for sure.
Last play of the game probably coming here. Technically don't have to run a play, but I think obviously Grand Valley would like to. That's why you sub Schultz in the game, too, for that deep shot. He's got the speed and the height, 6'4", 180.
Maybe take another one.
Yeah, don't blame if they don't. Goforth's going to buy some time and try to load up. Here he is. Going to fake the throw. Nope, he's going to run it out on the left side. Goforth's going to get the first down. Still on his feet, cutting back inside and going out of bounds, but that's not going to matter.
Have to do it.
And that is going to call it. That is going to be the final score of your game tonight, 40-0. Big win for the Badgers as they improve to 5-4, above 500 now on the season. Grand Valley going to fall to 2-7. And eventually, essentially, Grand Valley, that's going to take them out of playoff contention.
Yeah, that's going to take them out of playoff contention for sure. Doesn't make things any easier after the last 3 games. Now we can make that total 179-6 the last 4 games. Really losing Jonathan Foss-Peters before this game even started. Their biggest weapon was gone. Clearly this offense is affected by that. And we see the complete opposite happen on the other side with Berkshire, with Miles Miller, Justin Phillips, Jack Hastings. It didn't really matter what head of the 3-headed beast they were going to. Between that offensive line and the playmakers, they didn't really have to work too hard to make sure points were on the board tonight.
Yeah, next up, of course, for Grand Valley, their home finale next week against Crestwood. Going to be senior nights over at Grand Valley. I want to wish them well, of course. Got a pleasure to call 2 of the Mustangs games. The first game ended a little short when we had our game at Conneaut because of the rain and storms. 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Now, Peter can tell you down in the truck, too. Yeah, we had to call it because it was just raining, thundering, lightning. Heck of a way to start the season for us on CVC TV. But, of course, wishing them well next week against Crestwood at home. And for this team in Berkshire, talked about it, now 5-4, pretty much locked up a playoff spot. They were the 9th seeded team, currently ranked 9th in Division 5, Region 17. They would have faced Sandy Valley on the road, but now with this win, depending on how the seeding plays out, can another jump possibly up a few spots for Berkshire. Big game next week at Harvey. They can win that one. That's going to jump them up even further and possibly hosting a playoff game here at home. So we're going to wait and see what happens with that. Rob, any final thoughts on the game before we send everyone home tonight?
No, well, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to that offensive line for Berkshire because, and again, I don't want to diminish Justin Phillips's effort tonight. He was running I think he's still running at this point. But, when you're starting to talk about these other, Oliver Miller at the end of the game, Cameron Beam coming in, even Jack Hastings in the backfield, this offensive line let this offense do exactly what it wanted to do. Miles Miller could not have had 5 touchdowns tonight if it wasn't for this offensive line. And because we see it happen directly on the other side of the ball with Grand Valley, the quarterback was just not able to really get anything moving, constantly off schedule, constantly doing 3rd and long. This was a controlled offensive juggernaut here from Berkshire.
And again, Miles Miller is our CVC TV player of the game tonight. 4 of 4 passing for 76 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 6 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. 5 total. Hey, 1 less than last year against Grand Valley, but still an impressive night to say the least for Miles Miller. And again, he is our player of the game. Well, Rod, it was fantastic, man. Great to see you again.
Yes, it was
great to
nice to sit and work together again. Yes, do some Ohio high school football. Had a great night to do it. Senior night. And a great offense to watch for sure. And, yeah, I think everyone's going away happy here in the home stadium.
Yeah, and our gray-haired coworker, Anthony Alford, going to be back with us next week.
We'll get him a booster seat. It's fine.
He definitely needs one of those. We have Apple boxes down in the truck, too.
Okay, that'll work. Good stuff. Planning ahead.
Yeah, doubleheader for you guys next week, too. Don't forget West Geauga for the first time on CVC TV this year. They'll be taking on Orange next Friday. And then also doubleheader, Independence at Trinity to wrap up the regular season next Saturday night. 2 more games coming in Week 10 of high school football. It has been a pleasure to be with you guys tonight in your homes around Northeast Ohio. I appreciate you taking time to spend with us here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium in beautiful Burton, Ohio. The final score again, 40-0. The Berkshire Badgers improving to 5-4 in the season. The Grand Valley Mustangs fall to 2-7. We'll see you guys next week here on CVC TV.